Super excited for you all to be joining me. Today is day 4 of the author series where I'm sharing the behind the scenes and tips of what I've learned as a 5-time self-published author. Super excited for you guys to be here joining us today. Today we're going to be talking all about beta readers. So if you've been following over the last 4 days, we've been talking about mindset shifts, finding the time for you to write, and now, book outline process. Now today is time to find the beta readers. So I recommend finding beta readers sometime while you're writing, like not too late in the process, so that you can get people excited, get people involved in your book writing process as early as possible. So I try to start kind of getting the word out there ASAP, and I do that primarily by getting my book cover out. So if you are following me over in IG, if you're not following me, please do. I'm at the Danielle Zier, but if you look at one of my latest posts, it's actually of a new book that I'm working on, and that's intentional. I haven't even written the book yet, but I already have the book cover designed, and that's part of the marketing. I want people to know as early as possible about my book so that, have interest and generate buzz, and also I can potentially get people so interested that they're going to want to be beta readers. So beta readers are pretty much folks who are your super fans. They're people who are really invested and want to be able to get access to your work. Beta readers are aware that it's not the final draft. They're not necessarily going to be paying you to have your book in their hands. And most of them, they're aware that, okay, I'm in the formation process and I'm looping you in either for getting feedback for a draft or either to help with promotion. So I'm going to be talking specifically today about suggestions and feedback. So when I'm looping in my beta readers, I've asked them as early on before even I'm able to give the manuscript to my editor. I'll ask a few of my beta readers to take a look at it. And this is really instrumental. One of my books, that book, I actually got feedback from one of my beta readers, and I asked her a very specific question. So I said to her, listen, is there anywhere in this book that you feel like you get bored or you kind of getting tired and you're just kind of losing interest? And she's like, yeah, chapter 7, 8, 9. I was like, chapter 7, 8, 9. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of chapters. So guess what I did? I literally just tore that entire piece out of the book because I trust my beta readers and they are my ideal target audience. So I want to make sure that they are on board with what I'm doing. So that's how powerful your beta readers can be, is that they can really be instrumental in helping you to create the best version of your book. I know a lot of people, as soon as they're done, with their books, they go ahead and send it to their parents and they send it to their mom and their husband and their significant others. And I don't think that's the best use of your beta reader time, because those people, they're probably going to be subjective. They love you. They may not want to tell you how it is, but most of the time your beta readers, they want you to succeed and they're willing to offer you very specific feedback if you ask for it. Now, when you're asking your beta readers for suggestions and feedback, don't just say, what are your overall thoughts of the book? I mean, you could, but that's not going to be constructive. So what I try to do is I really tailor all of the questions I ask my beta readers, maybe like a handful. I don't want to overwhelm them, but I may ask them 3 to 4 questions. And I want to know very specific things like, hey, when were you bored in the book? Or how did you feel throughout reading the book? I want to make sure that I'm on target with my primary goal, and my beta reader, again, is my ideal audience. So again, your beta readers are really instrumental in helping you get some feedback. They offer suggestions. Like I told you, for me, my beta reader was like, this part is boring. And I just was like, yep, it's boring, XXXXX. Also, your beta reader can be really instrumental in helping you design your book cover. So again, if you go to my Instagram feed right now, I just shared the book cover design of my new latest book, which I'm really excited about. I'm going to be start writing in April. And I sent it to my beta reader list, and I'll talk to you about that in a minute, but I have an email list for my beta readers where I literally talk to them. I send them dedicated emails. I keep them up to date with what I'm working on. And I sent them this book cover design. I was a little bit like, I'm not really sure if this book cover is there was something about it that I wasn't 100% on board. Based off my experience, I realized your book cover and how you feel about your book cover is so important. It's going to give you the confidence to promote it like crazy. So I already felt something inside of me. I was like, I wasn't going to feel like promoting it that much. So maybe the book cover is not the best. So I send it to my beta readers and my email list, and I ask them like, hey, what are your general thoughts? And they're like, it's cute, but it wasn't that great. So I took their feedback. I went back to the drawing board, and now I have a book cover design that I absolutely love. So you can see your beta readers as literally like your A team who's going to be there and who is going to make sure that you're not producing stuff that you're not going to be proud about. So overall, that is the importance of beta readers. Like I mentioned before, I found that my beta readers are usually like my super fans. A lot of my beta readers have read all of my books or the majority of my books before. So they know my content style. They know that I am like a very like no fluff kind of writer. And I really do trust their feedback that they're going to point me in the right direction. Now, you might be wondering like, well, Danielle, that's awesome. Beta readers sounds amazing. Like, how do I find them? I primarily would suggest for you to work on building your author platform. So you need to make sure that people, your audience, your family, your friends, the people that you talk to and serve, that they know that you are an author, an aspiring author, or that you are currently an author. And I recommend having a website, and that is very, very important. So if you head over to from my website, danielledizo.com, that's really my author website. And I put blog posts tailored to authors. I even share free chapters of my books there. So that to me is like my hub for all things authorship there. And one of the things that I do is I have a newsletter subscription that they can join. So after reading a blog post or visiting the website, if they would like to join my newsletter, they can join my newsletter and be part of my street team or my beta readers, things like that. So that's really important. I also, like I mentioned before, starting a newsletter is so important because in that way you can be able to reach out to folks individually or in a group email. But having that email address is so key. So whenever you can, definitely grab people's email addresses and ask them, can you reach out to them with new book cover designs or things like that? Don't be afraid to ask for the email. That's very important. A lot of the times I'm able to get folks on Instagram. So let's say through my IG stories, which is very engaged, I ask questions, I poll my audience, and I ask them, I was like, hey, I have a small email list, which I send free copies of my books to, or I ask them for feedback and suggestions. Would you be interested in joining? And I just have it as like a text box into my IG stories, and people just literally send me their email addresses, and then I put it into my newsletter platform. So it could be as easy as asking people on Instagram, polling them passively, or creating your own website and having it all built out. And then another thing I would recommend, if you have a Facebook group, this is a really great opportunity for you to just ask your Facebook group folks and say, hey, you guys are here. Like, would you be interested in joining my beta readers or my street team? They call it your street team. So would you be interested in doing that? So these are a couple of ways that you can just get people engaged and activated and ready to like get going. When you are a self-published author, everything is on you, meaning that you're part of the brainstorming, you're part of the production of your book, you're writing, you're also part of the promotion of your book. So you are self-sustaining this business, right? With that being said, I feel that a lot of authors, they get confused at who their target audience is. A lot of authors, they're trying to make sales from their current audience, which I understand. Like, yes, you definitely do want to get your current audience activated but it's more powerful when you actually use your audience base to help amplify your message. So as I've grown as an author, what I've realized is that the people who are like people like say you're joining me live, you heard about me somewhere on the internet, and it makes more sense for me to actually give you a free copy of my book and for you to read my book and give me a testimonial or a review that can be on a website like Amazon. And that's going to actually amplify me so much more than just your book sale. Okay. So I can make $7 from you as an audience member, or I can make $7,000 because you were able to share publicly that, hey, Danielle's book is amazing. I really loved it. And then people start to see it and it gets picked up and all these things. So I really just, again, it's a mindset shift. Again, yes, as an author, as a self-published author, you definitely want to make sales of your books, but think of your tribe, like people who follow you, as potential advocates, potential super fans that could help you to really explode out there and get you whatever you're working on out there quicker and faster. Okay. So yes, like I mentioned, you can make $7 off this book sale off your audience, or you can make $7,000 based off of the help that they're able to, again, amplify your message. Okay. So I hope you found this session helpful. I'm going to do a quick recap. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Danielle Desir. I am a 5-time self-published author. Very excited to be here. Asked by popular demand is for me to create this author series, which I do once a year. And I share throughout the week just some general tips about self-publishing, what I've learned as a self-published indie author, and all of that. Now, just wanted to also mention that, let's say if you are interested in writing a nonfiction book this year and you're looking for accountability, you're looking for someone like me to kick your butt and be like, hey, did you do what you said you're going to do today? Then I have a 6-week program, a writing intensive program starting April 4th, where every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., we sit down and write together. In addition to writing, which is great, but we also going to go over your book cover design. We're going to go through your book description, going to go through the outlining process. We're also going to come and create a marketing plan for you as well. So at the end of the program, my goal for you is to have a finished manuscript that is already bringing money in the door. And all you have to do now is get it edited. So that is my promise to you. And if you are interested, head over to my DMs or my link in my bio, check that out. And that is my super offer that I'm excited about. And guess what? I'm going to be writing right alongside you. So my 6th book I'm working on, I'll be writing right next to you to keep you on track. And I'm excited to get it published. That is all that I have for you guys for today. Tomorrow, let's see what I'm going to be talking with you guys about tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about the promotion. So promotion strategies, because marketing is so important. And it's something that I feel like we spend so much time writing our books that by the end, we're so exhausted, we don't even promote it. And that is exactly the opposite that you want to do. You're going to spend a lot of time promoting your book while you're writing it, before you're writing it, and after it's written. So if you're not following me on Instagram, definitely do. I'm at the Danielle Desir on Instagram. Follow me for more daily tips. This is part of the 7-day author series here, and I cannot wait to see you then. And if you're listening to the podcast version, thanks for tuning in. I see that you guys are really listening to this series, and I'm happy that it's resonating. So I will see you guys all tomorrow. Bye. Bye for now. See you soon.